What's up, everybody? Today I'm gonna be doing something a little different. This is a what's in your tackle box. You know, this is what I'm fishing with this week, maybe for the next couple weeks. It depends on how the water goes, and I'm gonna go over the stuff I'm throwing and what the reason I'm throwing it and what it's generally used for. So I'm gonna start out with, and some of the stuff I'm actually gonna clear out too, because I got, as you can see, there's a lot of stuff here, and some of it's double. You know, like I got multiple packs of certain worms, and I don't really need multiple packs. You know, I can just leave them at the house, and it kind of just clumps up in your tackle box. And I went out and got some new stuff today too. So we're gonna start with soft plastics. That's really what I got the most of. So I got these. We'll start with the Guggen Slim Shape worms, and I got multiple colors of these. Our lake that we normally fish, and most of the ponds and stuff down here, they generally like the darker colors. So I got like a lot of the black with blue flake, and of course I'm gonna keep at least one pack of these in there, and everything I'm keeping I'm just gonna throw down to the side, and then that way I know what I'm not throwing back in there. Then we got the green pumpkin pearl, and I bought this because the natural color by Guggen Squad works so well around here, but I hadn't really tried the green pumpkin pearl, so I'm gonna put this on the back burner till I run out of natural. The blue baby works good by Guggen. It's more of like, it's got like a blue tint to it. It's like a pearl with a blue tint, and it's green, watermelon green on top. And I mean, they're real good. Now these you normally Texas rig, you work it, or you could actually put it on a shaky head, which I have some shaky heads here. I had to pick some more up, and I'll show you in a minute how they actually go together. But that blue baby works pretty good, especially on Craw. So I mean, you know, as long as they bite the color, I'm sure they'll hit the blue baby in the actual slim shape. So this is a shaky head, and it's a little jig head that lays flat on the ground whenever you throw it into the water. The worm will be screwed onto the tip right there, and you'll have it running back through this hook. And what it does is it goes flat like this, and the worm actually floats like the tail of the worm. It gives it a little bit more action. I like to fish these around dock lights or docks in general with craws or trick worms, which is basically what a slim shaped worm is. But I'm gonna keep the blue babies. We're gonna throw them down, and naturals, of course. Here goes the natural. I'll say them work so good. It's like a pearl on bottom with the watermelon green on top. I got 2 bags of it. We'll throw one out. What we can have here, we got the watermelon red. The watermelon red works good. We'll keep it and throw that there. Here goes one I hadn't tried. It's Okeechobee Craw, and I really want to throw it. It's like that black and blue, you know, like blue flake on bottom, and then pumpkin, the green pumpkin on top. But we're gonna keep it. Next, we're gonna go with the Kraken Craws, and I actually only got one left in blue baby. I got some more on the way, so that one I can probably just take out. I'd hate to throw just like one pack in there. Yeah, I'll take it out and put it with some other soft plastics I have. We'll just take it out and set it down and throw this in the trash. But that Craw, same thing. You can generally just, you know, screw it down on the, you screw it down right here. And when you screw it down, it sits and it hooks. And those little flippers, they just kind of float in the air. And fish, you know, it's hard for them to resist it. Any kind of Craw like that. I also have watermelon red flake in the Craw, and they're going to go in the tackle box for sure. Next, by Guggen Baits, I keep Bandito Bugs. Try to keep them in natural. They stay pretty sold out. They're a real good bait. I like to Texas rig them more than I do anything. And I don't know what it is, but once you Texas rig them, you start throwing them. The only color I have right now it's called Alabama Craw. It's like a pumpkin seed on bottom with a watermelon green on top. And I mean, they tear it up. I got 2 packs. I could probably actually combine these packs and save some room. That's the main goal. And I'll just do that in a minute. I'll come back and do that. So then we got Mondo Worms. Now the Mondo Worms are 10-inch worms that Guggen Squad makes. They're like the Old Monster by Zoom. And I used to fish a lot of Old Monster. The Mondo Worms, I throw them sometimes. The lake I fish is really overfished. A lot of people come and fish it. I mean, there's a tournament every Tuesday. Then the first and third Saturday of every month, there's a tournament. And sometimes there's multiple tournaments on Saturdays. So, I mean, the lake is pressured. It's really, really pressured. So it's hard to get fish to bite these huge worms like this. I've had some luck, but not as much luck as I have with, like, 7-inch worms or the creature baits, stuff like that. But we're still going to keep them. And the watermelon red's definitely going back in. And the natural color, like I said, natural is just a real big color down here. And I have multiple packs of natural. So I'm going to just throw 1 pack. This natural pack's going over here. I got another watermelon red and another natural. And both of those, we're going to take them out. Right here, folks, we got the Trench Hog by Guggen Squad. And they're like your brush hogs by Zoom. You just tear the little arms off on the side, and then you got a little split tail. It's about a 6-inch long bait. It's kind of heavy, it's a heavier bait, but it's still a good creature bait to throw, especially late spring, early summer. They hit it real hard. And natural color is, of course, what we got here. Like I said, I got the natural color in a lot of stuff. It works so well. And the reason I think it works so well is because it's the same color as the bait fish, and then also like smaller bass and stuff like that. But I'm only going to take 1 pack of the brush hogs because they're all natural. That's the only color I got left. Let's see here. Alright, so moving on, we'll go with the power baits next. I like the power baits by Berkeley. I don't know what it is, but the scent that they put off the fish, they tend to hit it a lot. I got the Hitworm Magnum in 2 different colors. I got the watermelon red, and then I got the watermelon or the green pumpkin magic. And the green pumpkin magic's green pumpkin with like the silver sparkles in it, and then your red sparkles are, of course, in your watermelon red. You can use them you can Texas rig them. They recommend using it on a shaky head, kind of like I was saying with a trick worm or with that slim shaped worm by Guggen Baits. But I prefer to Texas rig them. I will throw them on a shaky head. Then I got the General by Berkeley Power Baits. It's a stick bait, you wacky rig it. So you normally want to do it weedless. I have wacky rigged Texas rig, but it's generally a lot harder because the hook's exposed. And down here there's a lot of hydrilla and stuff and lily pads. So when you throw it out there, you'll get hung up if you try to Texas rig it. Now you can pull some good bass out doing it that way. I don't know, it just gives it a little bit different action than doing it weedless. But it's, like I said, it's a lot harder. You do end up getting hung up more. Then I got just a regular hit worm. It's like a 4.5-inch hit worm. They'll hit these the same. You Texas rig them, or you can drop shot them. Let's see what else. We'll go to I got this power bait too. This is an older power bait. It's a 10-inch worm. I think I'm not going to put this back in the tackle box. I haven't really been having no luck on it in particular. It's a green pumpkin chartreuse, it's just like the Mondo worm we was talking about earlier. Let's see, we'll go ahead and move on to the zoom baits, and we got the trick worm. I don't know what it is, but on our particular lake, the black trick worm is like the go-to. They tear up black trick worms. It is unbelievable how much they will, you know, like if they don't bite on anything else, they're going to hit that black trick worm. I mean, sometimes you gotta do a little something different, like the South African special here. That color, it's black, but it's just got like the purple and red and silver flakes in it, or like black and red glitter. But the color black on our lake generally is like the go-to color. I got bubblegum pink, you know, when they're not hitting and it's like they want something different thrown at them. I got the pink trick worms. I got, the thing I've been getting a lot of bites on here lately are these Craw worms by Zoom. And it's like a mixture of a trick worm and a craw. So it's actually got a crawfish. It's got little little crawfish pincers, and then it's got the body of like a trick worm. So it just gives it a different action. And I mean, they have been tearing it up. This color is a different color. It's kind of like clear with a watermelon green, watermelon red. But I got a couple bags of these. I'm actually going to put the 2 bags I had in my bag together. We got 3 bags, and we'll just combine all those. I got Junebug. Junebug is also another darker color that they tend to hit down here. And like I said, the trick worms, generally they're the way to go. I don't normally throw like the curly tail worms, the U-tail or whatever they call it. I ain't never really had a lot of luck out here with them. But some folks might, you know, it's all about what you're getting hits on too. I throw a trick worm. This one right here is, I throw trick worms too, by the way. They go, you can either do them weightless, you know, and give them, do like a soft jerk bait action, like pop the rod tip a couple times, reel in your slack, you know, and it'll just give it, they'll move crazy. Or you can Texas rig them, and I generally Texas rig them, or you can do all kinds of stuff with a trick worm. A shaky head, I throw them dock light, shaky head, black trick worm, generally the way to go. Sometimes craws, I will throw a craw every now and again, but generally the black trick worm on a shaky head is the way to go. But I got these were on sale the other day, and they're the green pumpkin chartreuse, but they're trick worms. So we are going to still try those out. I hadn't even had a chance to open them yet. Let's see, what else? Got your brush hogs right here, black and red glitter. And the trench hog and the brush hog, like I said, they're pretty similar. You just take it out, and when you take it out, it's got little curly tails on it. You tear the little arms off the side, and you Texas rig it. And when you go, whenever it's moving in the water, you know, you got these 2 little appendages. They move, they flop around. Then also, the 2 little things on the side flop around, and the tails flutter. And you'll get a lot of your hits on these as the bait's falling. So you got to kind of watch your line and watch them run out with your line. But they do hit them a lot. Got another bag of black trick worms. Some more of these California Z20 worms. We're going to throw that bag over there. I got enough in here. I bought this right here, this color in particular, at Bass Pro not too long ago. They had some they had all kinds of different colors I hadn't seen before, and this reminded me It looks a lot like a brim or a bluegill with the color is watermelon orange, I think is the name of it. Watermelon green orange. And it's got orange flakes in it. And if you ever look at a bluegill or brim that's down here, they'll have that orange belly on them and these green flakes. So, I mean, it really just reminded me so much of a brim that I was like, they gotta work. I just hadn't really, I tried them once, but it was on one of those days that the weather was just, it wasn't right. So it was kind of hard to get them to hit anything really. And they hadn't been hitting a whole lot in general. These are something one fish on these out there at the river. So it ought to, I know they work, I know they eat them. It's just, I feel like the weather had a lot to do with it. But this is what I got in my mystery tackle box this month, and it's the Avenger Bammer Hammer color. It's pumpkin seed, watermelon green color kind of mix. And it's a crawfish creature bait mix. But I feel like it's, you know, it's a winner. Let's see what else I had. I got these Rage Tail. They're kind of like little trailers. You can throw them on spinner bait, or you can throw them on a jig and just, you know, work them like that. They're watermelon green. These things are actually old as the hills. But it's like a little tiny Craw trailer, if you can see it. They say they smell like coffee. They kind of do. They got like a little coffee scent to them. I don't even know if that actually works like coffee scent. I guess if you're fishing, you just waking up, you're gonna try to do something to get on up. Alright, so now that we're done with the soft baits, most of the soft baits I do believe, let's see, we got one bag left, and I bought these the other day to fool around with. They another creature bait. It's like a crawl, a little bug. It's made by Missile Baits. They're called Super Bugs. It's like a pumpkin. It's called a Super Bug color, and it's called the D-Bomb. And it's got blue flakes all in it, and it's watermelon green color. But I bought it to see if they would work, and I think they will. You just got to find, you know, where the fish are right now. And like I said, here these past couple weeks, the weather's been ridiculous. So it'll start out one day, it'll be 85, and then 2 days later it'll drop all the way down into the 60s, and it'll be raining. You'll have 20-mile-an-hour winds. We had 20-mile-an-hour winds today. It's got the fish confused. So Tuesday, like I said, we got a tournament. Then Wednesday, it's gonna go back. The weather's gonna drop from 80s to the 70s, I think maybe high 60s, and it's gonna be flooding. We're gonna have like a severe thunderstorms. Then turn around Saturday, there's gonna be a tournament. So I mean, that just kind of tells you what kind of pressure and what kind of conditions these fish are having to deal with right now. But we'll go on to the hard baits and kind of the top water baits. And let's see here. Well, before we do that, let's see what's in this mystery tackle box again that we're going to keep. That we're actually going to keep throwing. I got some tubes. I wasn't a huge fan of the tubes. I'm not a big tube fisherman. I might keep these right here, these color changing baits, as a trailer. Now the jig, of course we're going to keep the jig. I like the jig. The top water bait that come through, the Hound by Guggen Squad, we're going to keep it. I'm not a huge top water fisherman, but you know, you got to have some versatility in your tackle box. I'm going to keep the head bangers. I like the head bangers, the jig heads that came in the tackle box. I mean, they work good. I don't have any complaints with them. But I believe that's all I'm going to keep out of there. The prop bait that come in there, you can throw, in my opinion now, I mean, I guess it'd probably work good for like weeds, or I'll keep it to throw it. I just don't think I'll be throwing it like I would something else. Plus, it's already kind of it's melted. I guess it got left in the sun or something. Something happened and it melted. So that's what we're gonna keep out of the tackle box to keep throwing, is the head bangers and the hound and the jig and those creature baits. You've seen the creature baits. Now back to the hard baits. We'll go to the hard baits. So what I'm throwing right now, and I'm keeping as far as hard baits go, I got a couple different things. I got these Rapella. I got a new one over here somewhere. Where's it at? This is another stick bait. It's a KVD stick bait. It's in like a bass color, but we're not going to throw that. We're going to take that out. Here it is. So it's a BXB3. This is a shad color, this one. And they go like, it's a 3 foot, it's a shallow diving crankbait. And I mean, right now you could run this over some grass beds, like over the top of the grass beds. You can come down some rocks with it, like shallow rocks, and see if you can't get a hit like that. But I got 2 different colors. I got that shad, and I'd probably throw the shad more over the grass beds. And then this one right here is a Craw color. If I can get it out. There we go. So that's a Craw color. And that Craw color is what I'd probably throw over some rocks. We're going to test it out, you know, tomorrow. I'm going to go out on the water and see what I can't do tomorrow afternoon. And see if they're on some rocks. Throw all this over here. Of course, you've seen the shaky heads already. I got a 6 foot diving crankbait, you know, just in case I find a ledge, like a underwater ledge or a plateau somewhere, something like that to fish off of. I got a couple different jerk baits, if I can get them untangled. This one I hadn't threw. It just came in a kit, like a tackle kit I'd got, and I like throwing jerk baits, so I kept it in my tackle box. I think I'm still gonna keep it in my tackle box because you never know if you need to switch up colors. I got a yellow perch color, even though there's no yellow perch in Georgia. It looks like a baby bass, so I kept it. It works pretty good. I got a perch color on my rod now, I think. No, I got a pike. I got a pike color. I got this color. I can't remember what color this is. Maybe it'll say. No, it don't. But these are the Rapella floating minnows. And as far as jerk baits go, I mean, they're second to none. I tear them up. I got the Fire Tiger type color. But I love the jerk baits. We're going to throw this hound in this particular box. I got some swim baits, but I don't really fish swim baits. I'm not going to, you know, lie to you about that. You can fish them, like, just the way our lake is and the type of lake it is. There's so many stumps and underwater plants and stuff like that that you get hung up real easy with something like this. I got another crankbait. This is a 6 foot diving crankbait, and it's the Fire Tiger color, but it's a Rapella crankbait. I got a jig, a 3/8 ounce jig right there. It's a Strike King jig. I like to throw the jigs with a trailer. I was using a black and blue Craw as a trailer. You can actually, if you want to, it'll give you a different kind of motion, but you can clip these jig heads. You can kind of take like different strands of the jig head and make it different lengths, like start right here at the top at the front and clip it short, and then kind of work your way to different lengths until you leave the weed guard about right there, you know, that much left. I'll probably put this jig head in a different box. Alright, as far as other topwater stuff goes, today I ended up making a couple different purchases. Topwater and crankbaits. I bought a frog, a KVD Sexy Frog. That's kind of like a bullfrog color. I actually don't know the name of the color. It just looks like a bullfrog kind of. So the color I just felt was like real natural and would work. Got another Sexy Frog in a green color. Another crankbait, a shallow diving crankbait. Trying to see what else I got. Spinner baits, you got to keep the spinner baits. I got a 3/8 ounce, and then I got a 1/2 ounce, but two different colors. This one is like a silver and black, like a shad, and the other one's golden black. Then I got the KVD Toads, which is like something I'm wanting to try out. It's a buzz bait with a soft plastic frog attached to it. And I bought a different kind of frog to throw on there actually, because I got to see how this thing goes. I got to see how it goes tomorrow. I mean, the little blade spin's pretty solid, but I don't know if the frog, how it stays when it's in the water, if it stays like this or if it's gonna go like this, but I feel like it should go like that. So I bought some different frogs, if it stays like that got the paddle feet to kind of give it some more action back there in the back. And the last thing I got is a jointed structure head jig, and what it does is when you throw it out and you're fishing, the hook will just move around in all kinds of different ways. So the head of the jig head will be on the bottom, but the plastic will be just like free flowing, and that kind of gives it a lot more action. But that's pretty much everything that I normally fish with in the tackle box. Alright everybody, so that was the end of the what's in my tackle box video. Now the what's in my tackle box is going to actually change, you know, weekly or bi-weekly. You'll have to just check back. I may do some more of these videos. You gotta let me know what kind of videos y'all want to see. I also got some other videos coming up. This coming up week, I'm gonna be doing, like I said, 2 tournaments. Then 2 weeks from now, I'm actually gonna go on my first saltwater fishing trip. Never been fishing in the ocean, so we're gonna see how that goes. We're going flats fishing, me and my wife. Then I'm also thinking about, I had somebody tell me they wanted to see a strictly topwater frog challenge, where you go in like one of these stores around here and buy each topwater frog they have and try to catch a fish on each one. So we might do that, but y'all just gotta let me know in the comments below what kind of videos y'all want to see, and don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button below the video.